Greetings fellow gamers, Gid here, and if you've been failing hard at City Watch Hard, getting stopped by creep teams somewhere in the 120s, then hopefully this is the guide you've been waiting for to ensure that you're clearing City Watch Hard 100% of the time. This guide is a collaboration between myself and the members of the Lion's Den Guild of Server 4, focusing on their preferred method of clearing City Watch Hard. This doesn't mean that this is the only way to clear City Watch Hard. I'm sure there are many ways to do it. This is just one that works for them and works for myself as well, with a few extra tips thrown in at the end. So if you're not already clearing City Watch Hard, why is clearing City Watch Hard important to you? You know, maybe you're satisfied with clearing 4 regions instead of the full 5, or maybe you get through the first part of Region 5, but all your good heroes are downed and you can't finish off the rest of it. Well, the reason it is important is simply to maximize your resources. If you are not completing City Watch Hard, you are doing yourself a disservice in the long run, whether you are a free-to-play player or you pay money into the game to boost your resources, because you get City Watch tokens and Friendship Disc tokens for clearing hard mode, not to mention about 120,000 worth of gold on a non-event bonus day. What this means is, with the 450 that you get of City Watch tokens and 450 of Friendship Disc, you are missing out on 3,150 tokens and discs per week, which can easily go to some excellent buys in the City Watch shop, as it is the easiest currency to accumulate, and Friendship Discs are a very important part of this game that potentially are being overlooked and putting you behind on resources on upping those discs to give your hero that extra edge. This guide is further divided into 4 parts. The first part is the heroes to focus on specific to this method. The second part is the early watch, which is how to handle regions 1 to 3. The third part is the late watch, which is how you'll complete regions 4 to 5. And the fourth and final part is the tips and tricks, including the one that I will simply call the game changer. And if you are not already aware of this tip, you're going to want to know this, because it'll make a huge difference if you're having a problem with these creeps. The heroes. This particular method focuses on 3 heroes: Sully and Boo, Yax, and Zerg. Sully, still being the ultimate tank that he is, with the help of Boo of course, has the hit points and the self-healing to carry you through almost any situation. Sully also has excellent damage output and Scare, which helps a lot of his fellow heroes maximize their damage. Yax, you're going to want to benefit from his group healing, plus his damage over time on the enemy is a nice touch. And then there's Zerg. Zerg is simply the sweeper. He is very integral to clearing the more difficult parts of these regions. At the very least, make sure the skills are maxed for these heroes. The early watch. Region 1 to 3. The goal here is to fill the energy for as many of your heroes as possible's charge attacks. That way, when you get to the later regions and you need some quick burst damage, you have many heroes on deck with their charge attack ready to go. The more heroes you have and the more powerful they are, the better this is for you overall. How you do this is you start out with Sully and Yax, predominantly in Region 1 to 3. Always make sure they are on your team, and then throw in 3 other heroes of a good mix, 1 with generally higher DPS output and 2 with maybe a bit less. It's recommended that Zerg is used right away in Region 1. I'd use him in the first battle, get his energy charged up, keep his hit points high, and then pull him from your line. You'll want to save him until you get to Region 5 if at all possible. In addition to the full charge of the bar for your heroes, you also want to keep their hit points up. One thing that you can do is manually time Yax's heal charge. Wait until the enemy creeps have used their area damage on multiple targets, and when that's on cooldown, pop the heal and try and get them back up before the fight's over. The Late Watch, Region 4 and 5. In Region 4, continue to use Sully and Yax wherever possible, as long as it's reasonable to do so. Begin cycling in your heroes with the charged ultimates to do quick burst damage to start taking out these creeps, as they are going to be climbing up in level rapidly, which means they're going to be very tanky, their damage is going to be up, and your crowd control is going to be rather useless. In Region 5, as long as everything has gone smoothly, you should have your Zerg fully charged and ready to go. It's now time to bust out your best Zerg deck. Use Zerg to great effectiveness to quickly burst down the creeps in this final region, and you'll be on your way to a City Watch hard clear. Lastly, here's some tips and tricks to ensure you get that City Watch hard mode clear. If at first you don't succeed, try again. City Watch is an extremely forgiving game mode in the sense that you can retreat from a fight to no ill effect, you can even get completely KO'd and still have the option to retry the fight to get the result that you want. It really comes down to your patience and perseverance and using your deck combination to maximum effectiveness. The next tip is useful if you're on the home stretch of your City Watch hard campaign, or perhaps you're in a City Watch event and you want to finish a wave with a certain deck of heroes. What you do is you send in a deck of heroes to weaken the creeps and then finish them off with the deck that you want. This doesn't even have to be a full team of 5, it could be 4, you'd have to play around with it, but just send in enough power to soften up the creeps that you're looking to finish with the other deck. Another tip, if you're having trouble getting your hero's energy charged up, switch it to manual and let them auto-fight without using their charge attack. You may be pleasantly surprised. This final tip is the one I call the game changer. Although the strategy presented in this video holds up on its own, with this last tip you will have a way easier time with City Watch Hard than you have ever had before, especially if you're having trouble with it now. How City Watch Hard works is your City Watch experience is based on the total power of all your heroes combined. Yes, so what that technically means is the more powerful you are, the more difficult the City Watch experience you will have. This is where you'll see the Region 4 and 5 creeps somewhere in like the 120s and beyond. So how do you get around that? Well, assuming you're that powerful, you've probably also invested a fair bit into your friendship discs. What you can do is you unequip the friendship discs off of your entire team, and this will lower your overall power. Once you've done that, go ahead and reset your City Watch, and you'll notice that the creeps that you're set up to fight are quite a bit lower. Don't forget to re-equip your friendship discs. The only risk is if you're holding an arena or coliseum position and someone notices that you have taken the discs off your heroes, you're likely going to get beat down. However, if you can do this quickly, you will notice a huge difference in the strength of the creeps you're fighting, and you will be able to clear City Watch Hard way easier. Nope. And there you have it. Please let me know in the comments below if you've already been clearing City Watch hard and you have a specific strategy that works for you. I'd like to see what other players are doing. Thanks. And that concludes this video. Fellow gamers, I hope you found something in here that will ensure you clear City Watch hard every time. Click on the face there to subscribe to my channel. Please check out another guide I've done or my friendship disc series and leave me a like or a comment down below. Thanks and keep on gaming.